Hello, welcome to the third video in this series that is yet to be named. So if you have an idea for how it makes you feel, please leave your name idea in the comments. I'm trying to point in the right direction. Comment button. Also subscribe, like, and share. Thank you so much. For today's video, we're going to discuss a couple of more concepts that are foundational to the understanding of yoga, alignment, and the other is your edge. And these two are related because if you force yourself into what you think is expected of you, you might be pushing through your edge into pain. And the goal of yoga is not to put ourselves into weird positions and be in pain. The goal of yoga is to allow our body to be in positions that are natural to it. And sometimes that involves retraining our muscles so that it can go into those positions. So we don't want to force it into that position or just plop into it. If you are hyper flexible, just going straight into a bendy position doesn't really exercise anything. It's not creating anything new in your body. Like maybe they can go from here to here in 2 seconds flat, but they have a difficult time sustaining here. So for them, their edge might be strength building by sustaining this angle. Something had happened in my right leg and my foot was turned out a little bit. And that's how I was walking. Left leg was still straight, right leg was turned out. And it was causing some pain in my knees and some other things. And so I was focusing on bringing it back in. Now, if from the outside we're trying to get into a position and force our bodies into a position that's considered proper alignment, then we might wrench our knee to get that foot in the right place. The reality is it's the hip that was tight, and it wasn't just bringing the calf over and the foot over, it was this entire thigh had to internally rotate to get the alignment right. Imagine that this chair is my driver's seat car and my right foot is extended out on the gas pedal. And what I was doing was letting this leg fall out because that's the way the muscle wanted to be. That's where it was used to being, was falling out. And that was causing some strain here when I pushed on the pedal. So what I would do is intentionally practice internally rotating that thigh and relaxing the muscle down while I was driving instead of being tense while I was driving and afraid that I'm going to get in a car accident. I would focus on what parts of my body actually needed to be engaged in order to drive. So my core is engaged for me to sit upright so I can see. My arms are engaged to hold the steering wheel. It's me holding the steering wheel. But my foot had to be engaged to hit the pedal. But my hip and my thigh could relax into this internally rotated position. And so that's really where I started practicing bringing this relaxation into my hip and my thigh to internally rotate the thigh. So that's where the concept of edge comes into our discussion of alignment. When you're in a conversation with your body and you're constantly listening to it and feeling it and responding to what it needs and what it says, and not in a judgmental way, but in a, oh, hey, I get it. You need something different here. That's when we can find that space between, so we're fine, we're comfortable, this is our comfort zone. Then in here, we're a little bit uncomfortable, and then after it is pain. This narrow strip of discomfort is your edge. In that space of discomfort is where you can grow, where change happens. Things are a little bit uncertain, they're a little bit vulnerable, but we can do it without hurting ourselves. If we push through that, if we're not paying attention to our body, if we're just, no pain, no gain. If we push through that edge, then we get into pain, and that's where we do damage to ourselves. So we don't want to get into that pain part when we're aligning our pose. We want to stay in that edge of slight discomfort where growth and change really happen. The best shape of the pose, the best shape of the posture today for your body might not be the best shape for tomorrow's body and the next day. So always working that edge, working within that edge to get to what's best for all of your cells and all of your body. So that's alignment and edge. The one more thing, the next video will be about the core and what we mean by the core and engaging the core. And then we'll get into more actual postures and movement and do more asana together. This is just laying the foundation, making sure our vocabulary is the same, because I'm a teacher and that's what I do. So next time the core, and then I swear after that we will actually do some movement together. Thank you so much for watching.